Buenos días de cine. Este viernes se estrena en cines El amor en su lugar, Love Gets a Room, la nueva película de Rodrigo Cortés, director de Bellè o Luces Rojas. Y la semana pasada tuve el placer de entrevistar a Rodrigo y a los dos protagonistas, a Clara Rugaard y Ferdia-Walsh Peelo. A ella quizá la conocéis por la película de Netflix I Am Mother y a él por Sing Street, que me encanta. Y esta entrevista me hace muchísima ilusión porque es la primera que hago para el canal, pero también porque hace 2 años trabajé en esta película haciendo los efectos visuales y estoy muy orgulloso del resultado final, ya lo veréis, sobre todo ese plano secuencia inicial, que trabajé durante varios meses en ese plano. Y claro, yo a esta película le tengo cierto cariño y me ha hecho mucha ilusión que la primera entrevista para el canal sea justo esta película. Y ya está, me callo y os dejo que hable el Marc del pasado, hablando en inglés, por cierto, con los dos protagonistas.
Patrick wants to escape tonight after the show.
But do you want to go with him?
No.
Do you want to stay here?
No, I want to be with you.
My name is Marc, welcome back to Barcelona. You've been here 2 years ago shooting the movie. Is it like you remember?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
quite a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, driving here, I mean, we just arrived. But yeah, it was recognizing all the roads that we used to drive to set and around.
So yeah, it's been 2 years since you shot this movie. So you've been waiting for the release of this movie. So now you can finally share it with the rest of the world. So how do you feel about that?
Incredible. Yeah, we just watched the movie again last night, but for the first time in the cinema,
Yeah.
on a big screen, and,
Yeah.
and honestly, we were both just like in the corner, just crying.
Yeah, we were.
We were so proud of it, and it's
Yeah.
you know, we have such fond memories of the whole experience and of the crew and the cast and our time in Barcelona, and it's just a beautiful story, and
Yeah, really special.
yeah.
Really special film. Yeah, we're immensely proud of it. So it's fantastic to be back here in Barcelona, as you're saying, because you know we had such a fabulous time with the gorgeous crew here, and they were just, you know, the top of their game. So yeah.
So how did you first find out about the roles you were playing, and what attracted you to them?
Well, I got a script through. I got the script through my agent, and I read it and absolutely loved it, and it was an easy one for me because I love Rodrigo's style, and his kind of signature, you know. The things were very apparent in the Love Gets a Room script, and yeah, it was just a beautiful piece of work. So I did a meeting with him over Skype, and then he asked me to sing 2 of the songs and do a few scenes for him, and I did that. And then within a couple of months we were shooting the film. We were in Barcelona.
Fairly similar situation to you as well, and you know, Rodrigo also sent over some of the songs, the demos of the songs, and I quite frankly ran around my flat singing Without You 24/7, bit obsessed, and yeah, you know, reading the script, it's just beautiful, and so many challenges as an actor that would be such an opportunity, a great opportunity to be a part of, and to be able to portray 2 characters at once. And there's also the musical aspect and the dance, and yeah, and obviously working with Rodrigo was a big factor as well.
You said you loved his style, so I guess you both were familiar with Rodrigo's filmography.
Yeah.
You knew the movies before you took
Yes,
the role.
we did.
Yeah.
You have any favorite?
Yeah, well, particularly I loved Red Lights. I'd seen that before. I hadn't seen Buried before we chatted, but I saw Red Lights, and that film always stuck with me. Particularly the performances, what I thought were brilliant in it, but due to Rodrigo's work, you know, as well, or the style of, I just loved the frantic, fast pace of it, and again the cinematography, the quick swerving shots, and it's just, there's not a minute to breathe, and it's just a highly entertaining watch and incredibly creative, and Love Gets a Room.
The edge of your seat.
Yeah.
Way through.
Oh, completely. You watch the film and it feels like it's been 20 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
And Love Gets a Room has that as well, you know. There's not a moment to
Yeah,
breathe.
it's also in real time, and it's
in real time,
Yes.
yeah, as well, which which is another Rodrigo little trick. Confined space, real time. Yeah.
So Rodrigo told me that it was difficult for him to balance comedy and drama in a movie about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
So I want to know if, as an actor, was it a challenge?
I mean, it's all challenging to a certain degree, and you know, finding that the irony in a situation that we cannot relate to whatsoever. You know, we just did our best to try and step into their shoes, these people who actually went through it. And I think that was challenging in itself, but it was also, you know, amazing to get that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a challenge, but you know, they've such extremely difficult lives in the ghetto, and which, as you said, it's hard to even imagine. But you know, it's always interesting how you know, human beings turn to kind of art and also kind of laughter and making light of things. It was almost a survival tactic, you know, technique to just kind of make light of it. I mean, it's a black comedy pretty much, the play, and we're working off the original text, and I mean, some of it's quite dark, you know, like making jokes about children dying and that sort of thing. And
I think it works perfectly.
Oh, it does. I mean, it's they're
What else can
what
you
else
do,
can
you know?
what else can you do? That's just it's you know, it's survival.
Yeah. Similar to what Roberto Benigni did in Life is Beautiful.
Life is Beautiful. Yes, absolutely.
Something similar.
It's a really good reference. It's a really good reference. Yeah, it's fabulous. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. It's on
Yeah, it's the father who always kind of, you kind of see it through the child's perspective, don't you? Here, and then it's similar in that respect as well. Like Life is Beautiful, because you know, the story. It's like the background. It's almost like what's going on behind the story is this very sad. There's a sadness that's kind of lingering from the very start, and I mean, you get introduced to the world and you see what goes on in the ghetto, but then there's also like just alone the costumes. You know, Alberto. Do you know Alberto's second? I can't remember.
I can't pronounce it.
It's so hard to remember all the second names. We struggled with the Spanish, all the Spanish names. He, just like the costumes, I think, did so much of that work, and the makeup. You see these people, and the clothes are hanging off them. You know, they're tied together. They're starving, and they're ripped, and they're patched, and they're dirty, and that alone has a sadness to it. And you don't need to necessarily, and there's no reference necessarily to their families, and you kind of, you know, you put two and two together, and it's. It doesn't need to be rubbed in your face, you know.
The movie is very meta, because you are actors playing actors in a play that also breaks the fourth wall a little bit.
It does, yeah.
So was it difficult for an actor to play like two characters, like Edmund and Anastasia, like the actors, and then the characters
stage?
Yeah,
I mean, it was definitely challenging, but it was also fun. I mean, that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to be a part of it, because you get to like. Well, essentially, the on-stage characters are just heightened versions of the off-stage characters, but there was no limitations on stage. It became a bit of a release for the off-stage versions of ourselves. It's so difficult for us to explain this. It becomes very confusing. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. The offstage character. It was a challenge. I mean, it just took a lot of communication and a lot of, you were saying earlier, like preparation work and knowing exactly where our characters were at, and then, you know, emotionally, mentally, physically, and you know, then we would often start with wide shots, and we wouldn't even introduce the offstage kind of drama, but then. When we get up to the close-ups, we'd start adding little moments and try, you know, Rodrigo would often come up and say, give that line, he says, now say it like you're saying fuck you, you know, or something like that, and we'd kind of go, but I'm saying but I'm saying
I'm saying
making a joke about a toilet or something.
Yeah, the urinal. I was wondering that as
The
well.
urinal. But you know, but we would play with it a bit, and he'd get interesting, you know, much deeper reactions.
You both come from musical backgrounds. You've done musicals before, Sing Street, Teen Spirit, for example. But they were different, very different from Love Gets a Room. So did you prepare this any differently? Only the musical part. Did you prepare it differently from other musicals?
No, I mean, I actually started off in musicals before I did any TV and film. So that sort of preparation style. And you've also done quite a lot of theatre and singing as well. And
Doing operas growing up, and I mean, I suppose what was different about this is that we weren't. We wanted them to be trained and good, but we weren't trying. We didn't want it to be perfect either. We wanted it to be all the singing in the film is completely live. There's no overdubs.
We didn't do any ADR,
and
no post-production on it.
They're all on our mics live. So that kind of brings a bit of more truth to it and a bit more vulnerability, and that was kind of different.
The movie just came out here in Spain. I think it will be out all over the world soon, I hope. Yeah. So what's next for you two? Any upcoming projects you're excited about and you want to share with us? I would personally love a Sing Street sequel. I know it's impossible, but...
Oh, sorry, thank you. I'm sorry, I zoned it in, went to a different world there. I was like, next project. Oh my God, work. Yes, thank you so much. I've just done, just been doing Danny Boyle's Pistol, about Sex Pistols. Nice. Playing a part in that I can't say who I'm playing. Don't know what. The next project, I've got something, bits and bobs coming up. Bits and bobs, do we have that expression?
Bits and bobs.
Yeah. I don't know how much I can say, to be honest. I haven't looked at that. I should check it.
Same for me. I think bits and bobs. Here and there, a few things coming up. I've got a show for Sky called The Rising coming out early next year, which I'm excited for.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Estamos con Rodrigo Cortés, director de la película. Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Marc.
Gracias por invitarme.
Hombre, primero de todo, enhorabuena por la película, por las buenas críticas que está teniendo.
Gracias.
Ha sido un éxito en el Festival de Sevilla. Claro, después de 2 años sin poder estrenar la película, ahora este éxito que está teniendo me imagino que era difícil de imaginar.
Sí, no sé si de imaginar, pero desde luego de asegurar. Porque no ha sido fácil, claro. Ha sido una película que se ha levantado sin apoyo de televisiones, no tuvimos tampoco la subvención precisamente por no tener apoyo de televisiones, no fue fácil su vida, obviamente, durante la pandemia, como no lo fue para nadie, y cuando hemos emergido ha sido ahora, cuando hemos podido, por internacional, la teníamos que reservar precisamente por el mercado internacional hasta que emergimos en Sevilla, hasta entonces no podíamos enseñar nada, y ha tocado crecer muy rápido en 3 semanas. Así que de repente la recepción crítica, la del público, lo que sucedió en Sevilla, con aquella reacción tan emocional, aquellos pateos, las ovaciones, es algo que vivimos casi con más alivio que alegría, porque significa que toda aquella brujería ha surtido efecto al final y que todo tenía sentido.
Y a ver, salvando las distancias entre una pandemia y el Holocausto, creo que en la película hay un mensaje que es bastante importante, que es el The Show Must Go On, a pesar de las adversidades. Y creo que esto pues, le va como anillo al dedo a lo que ha estado pasando últimamente con la pandemia y la cultura. ¿Crees que ha salido vencedora de esta crisis la cultura, el cine?
Creo que efectivamente la película habla de algo que entiende muy bien la gente de teatro y conoce muy bien, que es que la función se hace, cualesquiera que sean las circunstancias. Y si tu padre se muere, lo lloras mañana, pero la función se hace. Y si tienes 42 grados de fiebre, te envuelves en mantas después y sudas, pero la función se hace. Y si se va la luz, enciendes velas, pero la función se hace. Y eso es algo que hemos vivido en muchas circunstancias, pero claro, tampoco podemos banalizar ese océano de oscuridad que estaba viviendo esta gente y aún así desarrollando su labor en las condiciones más improbables, con el hecho de estar todos encerrados en casa viendo Netflix. Pero sigue habiendo algo que es válido siempre, que es que la creación se abre paso. Del mismo modo que en Jurassic Park la vida se abría paso, la creación se abría paso. se abrirá siempre paso, y no porque tenga un deber salvífico ni sagrado, sino porque es la forma natural de expresión humana, no se puede evitar. Si metes a 10 personas en una isla desierta, uno va a enseñarte a cultivar, va a ser fundamental, otro nos va a ayudar a guarecernos de la lluvia, pero va a haber uno que es gracioso, y va a ser muy importante que haya uno gracioso o que sepa silbar.
Sí. Sí, sí. A ver, yo quería hablar, bueno, de muchas cosas, pero quiero hablar del principio de la película, ese plano secuencia, que, como siempre, todos los planos secuencias son difíciles de rodar, pero este tiene una complicación de más, que es que se rodó en 2 ciudades distintas y en verano, y lo que estamos viendo es Varsovia nevada. Entonces, ¿cómo lograste eso?
Claro, el plano secuencia, de unos 12 minutos, que además combina desde una grúa que se convierte en steady, que se convierte en cámara car, que se convierte en cámara al hombro, que se vuelve a convertir en steady, que recorre el teatro completo, tiene una función que es la de enseñarte dónde está el teatro para que lo vivas, para que lo percibas, y además hacértelo vivir en primera persona como una experiencia física, y tiene muchas dificultades, unas narrativas y otras directamente logísticas. No existe el gueto de Varsovia ya, no te viene bien porque no está al lado de un teatro, el teatro no es exactamente el que querrías, y en este caso se rodó directamente en 2 países distintos. Todo el arranque, todos esos exteriores, son de los estudios Babelsberg de Berlín. Y ahí hubo que crear, en primer lugar, toda una serie de estrategias mecánicas para ir cambiando de artilugios sin cortar el plano, y por otro lado, el CGI tiene que completar esos decorados construidos para crear todos los fondos de una Varsovia que ya no existe sin que lo perciba el ojo humano. Del mismo modo, es invierno, pero rodábamos en julio. Eso, para empezar, nos ponía las cosas muy difíciles porque solo podíamos rodar en la última media hora del día, con lo cual teníamos 3 balas cada día, 3 balas para hacer el plano, no había más, que es cuando la luz era uniforme y podía tener el sentido plomizo, y luego se añadieron pues esas nieves iniciales, vaos, esa textura brumosa, ese frío que consigue hacer las cosas tangibles. Y luego, para poder meternos de nuevo en España, que es donde rodamos el teatro, y que eso resulte invisible al ojo, hay que crear esa continuidad espacial, que no se perciba el corte digital, pero que visualmente no se rompa nunca la unidad espacial de tiempo, que era fundamental precisamente para que a partir de ese instante todos supiéramos no solo dónde estaba el teatro, sino qué significa estar ahí, para que todos percibiéramos el milagro de una obra que no debería existir en un entorno tan improbable y adverso.
Sí, pues quedó muy bien, ya te lo digo.
Bueno, pues os doy la enhorabuena yo, a vosotros, como parte del equipo de Lamppost.
Y ya está, como habéis visto, por desgracia solo me dieron 5 minutos para hablar con Rodrigo, pero me hizo mucha ilusión también porque nos reconoció, porque bueno, cuando estuvimos trabajando en los efectos visuales él estaba muy presente y bueno, ya nos reconoció, hablamos un poco de esto también. También les comentamos a los actores que les habíamos conocido y Clara dijo, por eso me suenas tanto, que es, a ver, un poco fake porque no creo que se acuerde de mí, pero también me hizo gracia esto. Y ya está, como os digo, me hace mucha ilusión esta entrevista, es la primera del canal, así que si la podéis apoyarme, pues me encantaría. Y nada, quiero agradecer a Marta Farré, a Ario y a H, porque los 3 me proporcionaron material que yo no tenía, cámaras, micros y tal, pero sobre todo agradecer a Marta Farré, que me ayudó a hacer el guión, porque ella se dedica a esto y me ayudó bastante con las preguntas y cómo redactarlas y tal, y también, sobre todo también a Ari, que estuvo conmigo en la grabación y me ayudó muchísimo también ahí, porque era un poco caos la grabación, y bueno, montó las cámaras, los micros y tal, lo hizo muy bien también, y así que bueno, gracias a los 3. Y ya está, decidme si tenéis ganas de ver la película, yo la recomiendo mucho, y ya está, dadme like y nos vemos en el otro lado.
They will clap.